my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down!
Help!
Here,
Oh,
take my hand.
ah!
Come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me!
Take it. Take my hand.
After a big afternoon of shopping, there's nothing better than some Mexican food and a nice little drink. Come on down and enjoy a nice Mexican fiesta.
Guess what? We took everything you love about the Bloomin' Onion and created a menu you've never seen before.
Let me hear you say, Bloom that ass. Bloom that ass.
This Bloomified menu starts at $13.99 and it's gonna blow your bloomin' mind.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? Feeling good out there? I apologize for missing you all yesterday. I had to pick the bloody car up from the garage. Minor accident. It wasn't anyone's fault this time. Usually it's my fault. This time it was someone hit Mel's who had to get it fixed, and you know how it all goes. How do you love my new things? I made these. Well, I mean, I printed them, but I hand cut them. And they're pretty big too. I have another one. I haven't cut it out yet, but look how big they are. Like, they look not so big because they're far away. I got to stick her together, join her up, and then I just like swap them out. Because like I said, it's a pinboard. I can just swap and change things. Excited because it is one day left to go on the campaign. Backers are coming in. It was no one's fault, says Mo. Bancroft spilled tea all over the interior. No, I wasn't even in the car. It was just Clark. And he held strong. He didn't cry like a man. It looks so big because you're far away. I'm going to... Yes, but what else did I do? Nothing. I think I just want to put the I put my V for Vendetta mask back up because I like him. How are you going though? I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a little while. It's been, when did I last stream? Was it Monday? Oh my god. Crazy. That intro was quite dramatic. I like to keep it dramatic. You know? Yes, tea, exactly. Even in the mug I'm not supposed to drink tea in. It literally jumped out at some point. Let's say hello to Jav. Jav came in first. What's up, Jav? Which means, of course, he gets up there. Get your first in now. I tell you what, they're going away. When Mark's Music Obsession decides to kick it past 76, past 75, 276, we're taking this whole segment away. Rob has vetoed it. Promise never to. Can you imagine me trying to get Rob on the channel? If I say, nah, we're going to keep going. Wouldn't happen. What's up, Comics Legend? I can't believe it's almost the end of August. This year went flying by. You're telling me. I had all these plans. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get Fractured Mind done in a couple of months. That didn't happen, obviously. And still getting it done, which I'll be doing shortly. Hail Mobigs, the Golden Wrench. You got Citizen Roan up in the house. Not Valley is here. I see Bretsky the Great. He came in second. We've got Paul, AGE Comics. What's up, mate? Hey, great to see you here. Shadow Punk is here. Man, all that new stuff that Shadow Punk is sharing from his upcoming campaign. It looks like fire. I retweeted some of it. What do Bloomin' Onions have to do with anything? Well, that's old law. I think it was Leroy introduced me to the Bloomin' Onion. Shane used to talk about them a little bit, but I didn't know what they were. And then I found out, I discovered about Outback Steakhouse and the big oil tin of Foster's and all that stuff. It just became a bit of a thing. I did have a Bloomin' Onion when I went to the States. And it was good. It was just oil with a little bit of onion in there. But, you know, you do what you do. What's up, Mono? What is up, Maromi? Guten Morgen, Forward. I am here. What does Jolly say? Bancroft, when does the campaign end? It is vague. I saw your DM, Valley. I will, because I can actually set the time, you know. I'm not beholden. I think I'm gonna do a stream tomorrow. Actually, you know what? Let's bring it up. Where is it? Where is it? Share screen. No, I don't want to share that because it's DMs. Let's not do that. Where the bloody hell is it? Oh yeah, I was checking my DMs and I shouldn't have been. I should have been keeping the campaign up. That's all right. It's here now. There we go. There we go. It's up, and I put myself there. Covering up a little bit. Yeah, I can set this timer to anything I want. So I'm gonna do a stream tomorrow. Bit of a party stream. Maybe get a bit drunk. You know how it goes. Maybe invite some people on. Mo wanted me to do a reading of Whiteface Dick. I don't know how enjoyable that's going to be. We can try, I suppose. If it was any more oily, Bancroft would have sniffed it to get Rama Rama. There was enough oil for everyone to get Rama Rama. He says, now we're talking. As I pull the old copy down from off the shelf, do a bit of a live reading. Yeah, we'll see how we go. And, you know, how long do they go for? A couple of hours? 3 hours? I don't know how much longer I can go. Because I will be drinking, and it will be day drinking. Because it'll start at 11 a.m. And I don't usually eat until midday. So I'll be drinking on an empty stomach. I don't drink. It could get loose. So, yeah, probably like 2 or 3 hours max. So what's that? 9, 10, 11. I'd probably say finish it around about 11. I mean, if I really wanted to push it, I'd go midnight Eastern. We'll see how I feel. I'm not making any promises Gotta get Rob drunk. I don't think Rob drinks. No, we got him to drink that one time. He was like, Rob, you need to have a drink. And he pulled out a bottle of green liquid. I can't even remember what it was. And that's what he was drinking. A puke bucket is a must-have. I'm not going to get that kind of drunk. I haven't puked since my 30th birthday, where I was people were just literally plying me with alcohol. Someone bought me a drink that was on fire, and I had to blow it out. And I was so drunk, I got into a cab, and then we were driving home, and I remember saying, "Excuse me, Mr. Cab Driver, could you please pull over? I have to vomit." And he did, and I pulled over, and I went outside, and I vomited, and I wiped my mouth, and I came back in, and he was like, "You're the most polite drunk I've ever met. Thank you for not vomiting in my cab." Rob can't get too hammered. He has no brain cells to spare. That is true. Yes, the new keyboard. I don't want to spill anything on it. I'm very careful. I've got my coaster set further away this time, although that's probably not going to help anything. Ew, says St. Patrick T. Flaming Dr. Pepper. I don't know what it was. Some sort of liqueur. Makarov vomited up his succulent Chinese meal like a proper gentleman. It was one of those curate. It was one of the, what am I saying? It's one of those parties. Mel organized it for the top of a bar. So we had the top. It was my 30th, so we had the top thing. And they had all these, like just plates of like little slider burgers and other things. So there may have been some prawns in there. Some shrimps, as you call them. It wasn't good. And I'm now 45, so it's been 15 years since I have puked from drinking. I have puked from sickness. Yes. Not much, though. But, I mean, when you're young, I used to do that all. That was just like the end of a night. You go out drinking. That's just it. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe I don't know. I'll see if I don't know. Are the Diaz Bros streaming tomorrow? Because usually we do that raid. 4 hours is a lot, though. Do I have enough? Could I go for 4 hours? I suppose I should. Because I like the idea that it ends at midnight, and then Jolly can go around saying ends at midnight, because I think that's a good idea too. Clean. Makes sense. Also, I found this, speaking of puking, Golden Gay Time slab. I was getting petrol in the car the other day, and I saw this. It was on all the pillars, the bolsters are, what are they? The ballot, whatever they are, at the front of the servo, and they all had this Golden Gay Time slab advertising on it. Like, hello, what's this? What is this? So it looks like some kind of ice cream sandwich bar thing. But I mean, the beauty of the Golden Gay Time is the crunchy, crumbly, biscuity bits on the front. Every time Gay Time has ever tried to do something different. Are you streaming tomorrow, Phil? Because if you are, I'll stream right after you. They did the little bites. It went very good. I remember I was so excited. One year I got a Golden Gay Time Easter egg. I took it out on stream and I bit into it, and I was like, "This is foul." It was disgusting. It felt like it was 4 years old. No, he will be helping my closeout. I also saw that that cover looks sick. I mean, we can't see most of it for his new Whitland Cowboy book. Get Pete, Semeni, and Kelsey on your stream. Oh, imagine if I could get Kelsey on. Could you imagine? No one can get Kelsey. No one gets Kelsey. One does not simply summon Kelsey Shannon. Be Pizza Many there. I'm going on a Pete's in 3 hours. We'll be chatting comics, and probably we always get into, we like, ancient civilization stuff. So we'll probably get into that over on Pete's later. What is it? Comic book radio. Like some Oreo did with soft cookies. Yeah, so I will get this for tomorrow. I will eat it live. You can all witness that. I will give you a review. I'll do a proper review. When's the closeout? I'll make sure I'm half awake. So it's going to start at, what is it, 9? Yeah, my normal time. So right after Phil's. You guys are invited, obviously. Tomorrow. Yes, it will be tomorrow. And I mean, I'm going to need someone. I'm not going to be able to stream for 4 hours by myself. Are you kidding me? Get Savage Pizza Medi for tomorrow. I'll ask him. I'll see if he wants to pop in. But yeah, check this out. It's moving. It's moving. Let me see if I can do maths on stream. $337 to unlock the UV spot. We can do that. I mean, if someone just bought one of these, we'd be halfway there. There are 11 available. And Rob poo-pooed my little slider bar. I paid good money for this slider bar because I used to have an app that would do both. And Shopify didn't like that app and they got rid of it. So now I had to get another one. I had to get 2 apps. Luckily, this one is free, the one that just says 14 sold, which I think is reasonable that your website should be able to just say how many things have sold without having to pay for it. But this one I did have to pay for. But I got a little slider, which I think is cool. What happens if I'm on something that has no limit? It just shouldn't. Okay, it doesn't show up good. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, the closeout doesn't mean the book won't still be available. It will be. It'll just go onto my store. It'll just be like this by itself. Probably keep that one because that's not a discounted tier. That's a discounted tier, so that'll go. That'll go. That'll go. That'll go. That'll go. Let me leave that. So how many is that left? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that makes sense. And the t-shirt will just be by itself down here somewhere. I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. The original art isn't selling. It's probably too expensive, but maybe Rod might want to auction these at some point. I'll probably take mine down if no one's going to buy them. That's fine. That just means I don't have to do them. Let's work for me. Try and get Skip. Use emotional blackmail if necessary. That would be awesome. Imagine getting Skip on. Gym time, but I'll be listening unless you get boring. Well, I'll try. I probably will get boring. I'm about to start doing some shadows. So Kelsey is the smartest of anyone. Just walked away from the nonsense. He walked early. He was like, in that Kelsey voice. Is that a good Kelsey impersonation? He said, I'm fucking drawing. I hope he's drawing. What I remember about Kelsey, I remember sending this to Camel actually. I said, Kelsey just shared the best cartooning art I may have ever seen. It was like he was going Super Saiyan. It was some witch chick and there was a cat. I was like, this is the most, I mean, it might sound a bit gay, but this is the most beautiful art. And then he just disappeared. If the closeout gets boring, send DWAG the link. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it'll just be one of those, it'll be an old school, whatever happens, whatever goes kind of deal. I think that's the best way to do it. No, Super Saiyan was the game. All right. Let's draw. Yeah. So good. No, that's right. That's the thing. I mean, I enjoy the Jerry Springer show as much as any man. I don't pretend that I don't. But when you're trying to be productive and busy and working and creative, actually being on the Jerry Springer show, no, I get it. I don't want to be on it either. All right. Let's get to work. This is probably going to be the last page I show that you haven't seen yet. I think. I mean, I show a lot. My feeling is just show it, whatever. People say, I don't watch your draw streams because I don't want to see the book. I'm like, that's fine. I completely understand. Or they don't want to see other sausages made. Did he die? Did Jerry Springer die? Did I miss that? That's sad. There was Jerry Springer. There was, God, there were so many, and I've forgotten all of them. Who was the fat chick? She was popular for a while. And then even, did Oprah got into that at some point, I'm sure. Dr. Phil sort of ended up becoming like that. He did die. Oh, shout out to Jerry. Big ups. Jujin Wrong. Speaking of going Super Saiyan, do you think that Sovereign City and Country Victoria snapped and went full Ned Kelly? Jun Wong. Developing story. Anyone who doesn't know, 2 cops were murdered, which is very rare here. Ricky Lake, yes, that's it. Very rare. And then they thought it was like a, like what happens sometimes, a dad snaps and, takes his family hostage, but it doesn't look like that. I think the term sovereign citizen, from what I've read, doesn't actually apply. Maybe. Sovereign citizen here in Australia is like a slur that the government used to call someone a domestic terrorist. From what I understand, the guy was just one of those leave me alone kind of guys. He wants to live off the grid away from modern society, which I don't blame him. But yeah, I don't know. There's no one knows. I mean, I'm sure that the people close to him know, but I've heard conflicting reports about it. But Maury Povich, yeah, we didn't really get much Maury here or Montel Williams. Maybe I just didn't watch as much daytime TV as I should have. Sally. Who's Sally? Sally Jesse Raphael. No, we did get. Oh my God, I completely forgot about her. How 90s. 7 gifted memberships later, and YouTube is still gatekeeping Mo Biggs. This injustice must end, and Mo Biggs must be given his membership. You're telling me? It's been, I think, over a year and a half. And it's not just Mo either. It's a couple of other people. A minor kill. Yeah, it could be a Killdozer situation. It really could be. You know what the government is like here. They do not accept any deviation from their rule of law. So the forward was browbeaten into compliance by the Rob Hawk. Up the waz, says NZ guy. It was a Jenny Jones kind of guy. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Let's get to work. Let's do some things. I'm supposed to be being productive. I have not been doing much art these last 2 weeks because I just was kind of pulling my hair out on the colors. And I decided, you know what? I reread the book and I was like, this is shit. And I threw it against the wall. I didn't. But I thought, no, this isn't good enough. And I said, so I did some sound effects. And then I was like, no, you know what? I got to pull my finger out, as I like to say. And this stream is boring. Bring out the rod. We are bringing out the rod. I'm going to rewrite it. And I say rewrite it, I don't really mean like rewrite the thing. Obviously, it's all drawn. I did a bit of Marvel method. I went in there and I was like, I got to make this better. And I've been doing that all week. And I just have to say the writing on this, like doing that method, it's so much better. Write the script, get the art, get it in. Just it's like a working script, you know. You don't really know though until you see the page and you start to. When I write, I actually write in the balloons, and you lay them out on the page, and you see how much you have to work with, and like it is so much better. It makes because you get to work with the art and the story together, and that like that. So the dialogue choices I pull from the art, and yeah. So I understand the Mo says the Marvel method now means setting half the book up in a coffee shop or diner. I know, right? But I can see like it really does work, and it's I feel like so much more of a comic thing because it's like the art is feeding into the dialogue. So anyway, I'm just super pumped. The book, I tweeted this out the other day, like it is hands down the best writing I've done for the Lucent. So super pumped with it. I'll send Joe the changes and see what he thinks. And he will undoubtedly have some advice and suggestions, probable changes. It has been a bit of a while since we've honored the rod.
Hey, what is that? It's an inanimate carbon rod!
Oh, they were just about to show some close-ups of the rod.
Until you've seen close-ups of the rod for yourself, you never know. You can't know. I saw your sound effect email, and I just had to back one more time. Not. Rob was calling me out on my sound effect email. I was like, I don't have anything else. I don't have anything else to show, you know? And I said to him, Rob, that's not going out to people who haven't backed yet. That's an update email. I was updating the backers on what I've been up to this week. And then I said, hey, by the way, if you do think maybe, oh, I want to get the ash can or a t-shirt or something, that option is available to you, you know? It's not a must-have. It wasn't a sales email, but of course Rob had to get his digs in. And I love sound effects. I don't care what you say. I think sound effects are awesome. Tell Daniel Warren Johnson how sound effects don't sell a book. I don't know if you've heard Rob. He's kind of a big deal these days. Rob doesn't even know who he is. Probably. Braden says, yeah, I rewrite once I have the page to look at. I mean, I've done it before on other pages, but not to this extent. This was a full kind of, is it a full? Yeah, I guess a full rewrite in where I take the base sentiment, but then I just ramp it up, and I'm like cross-referencing from pages before and pulling in the art and using metaphors and similes, and I was like in the friggin' zone. I've been coming in after, you know, because I usually come in at about, I don't know, 9:30 on a high, just like, damn, I crushed it in there. I was crushing it. It really is the most fun part of it, I think, for me at least, the writing part. Maybe the world building, I don't know. Good. Rob says, I was called Bob until you... You should not have told me that, Rob. You should not have told me that. Bob. Hello, Bob. That's a Blackadder bit. Bob. Fractured Mind had a fantastic launch, but unfortunately sales slowed down. In unrelated news, Rob started being on the show a lot. Well, the sales have picked up, and Rob has been on the show, so I don't know if it's like correlated, you know. I don't know if we can draw that line just yet. Bobby. Also, Rob is on backer 99. I will allow the 100th backer to call him Bob. Bob, I don't think you have any choice in it any longer. That is now your name. What do I do here? What do I do? That's probably best, I think. Maybe. Nope. Yeah, a bit of that. For life. Thank you, Marumi. Just putting the link to thelucentcomic.com. Let me pin that. Someone take advantage of that deal. Yeah, that's a good deal. His name was Robert Paulson. His name was Bobby Arnold. Bob Arnold actually sounds kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's a cool name. Bob. You're gonna do an American accent. Bob Arnold. It's not so cool in a British accent. Bob. Hello, Bob. How do you do, Bob? Now I have that Simpsons music in my head. Oh, they gave us sound effects on StreamYards. Like, I haven't uploaded any, but you can. They have defaults. Tell me if you can hear these. So you got a gong. Oh no, it won't let me do it. Oh, because I've uploaded too many videos. I'll screw that then. A lot of people do take advantage of the sound effects. I never have. I didn't know how to set it up, and I don't know, it seems like a bit. I don't want to force it. Bob Arnold was a simple man. Pushed too far. Yeah, that'd be the. Maybe Bob is the next Ned Kelly Aussie Killdozer. Ned Kelly is the original Killdozer. He's the OG Killdozer because they didn't have bulldozers back in the 18 whatevers. So he made himself into a bulldozer, covered himself in iron, except for his knees, except for his lower legs. That really was a chink in the armor, you know? Should have thought about that. Sideshow Bob was one of my favorite YouTube. Why do I have no brain? I don't get how guys like Shant can have deep philosophical conversations while doing art. It bewilders me. The Simpsons. That's it. I was trying to what am I looking for here? What word? Yes, one of my favorite characters on The Simpsons. Right. Does anyone know what I'm talking about when I say the friggin' hello, Bob? There's the Blackadder. Did anyone watch Blackadder? Must be some of you out there. Classic Rowan Atkinson. Although season 1 is dog shit. Don't watch season 1. That's completely untenable. What's Blackadder? Blackadder. Mo says, I once watched a Blackadder Christmas special. Is there a Blackadder? No, there is. You're right. Yeah, I think that's the one with I think that's the Queenie season. Sort of like Shakespearean era, I think. I didn't finish Black Adam either. Too corny. I mainly knew it because I watched Time Team. Ada. Yes. Adder. Well, it's British, so it's not Black Adder. It's Blackadder. It's Rowan Atkinson. Classic. He is he's this very intelligent man who's always subservient. At least in the not in the first season. Don't watch the first season. The first season they didn't know what they were doing. And then it's just him in different times. So there's the first good one. He's in, I'm gonna say, like the 1500s, and he's sort of in the Queen's court. He's a lord of some kind. Then he is the servant to a French. Is he royalty? Something like that. And that's Hugh Laurie is the Lord. He's hilarious. And Stephen Fry's in it as well. And who's that guy? Hilarious. Anyway. And then the last one, he is in World War One in the he's sort of stationed in the trenches. No, it's unfair that you link Keep Me by streaming yesterday and not streaming today before I got home from work. Oh, well, I apologize. Felix. I had a car business. Important car business yesterday. Couldn't be helped. Could not be helped. But hail and bow, the great Felix Huss, the link master, here in the chat. Felix is an AI bankrupt. He's trying to guilt out. Too bad Tony Robinson is the socialist. Oh, Tony Robinson? Baldrick, yes. Yeah, a lot of them are. They'll learn. I feel like a lot of them are learning. The UK seems to be going through a quiet revolution. That, I mean, as awful as it is, that young girl being accosted by by that immigrant and brandishing weapons is certainly lighting a lot of patriotic fires. So yeah, interesting things happening. I heard that Keir Starmer wants to make it illegal to fly the English flag. Can you imagine if he tries that? Oh, it'll be on. Bancroft was about to say that cheeky. No, I wasn't. But then he remembered it was UK. No. I was not going to say that, Mo. And you know it. That's just not me. That's not my style. Awatsi in the house, creators outlet. Hail nerds. What's up, Oliver? Great to see you here, my friend. There was 10-8 Comics who said, Baldrick. Tony Robinson went on to host an archaeology show called Time Team after Blackadder ended. Yeah, I've watched a bunch of it. It's a good show. It's funny that YouTube now is the best place for historical content. It's hilarious, but it just is what it is. That is the truth. It's probably the main thing I watch. And yeah, there's people out there doing incredible archaeology and all sorts of stuff. A lot of it funded through, YouTube and stuff. So it's crazy. Because, the mainstream channels kind of drop the ball. Lots of crap AI history shows, though. Yeah, you can tell I always, at least for now, you look at the view count, because some of them, yeah, there's like, oh, that looks pretty cool, that sounds cool, and then like it's only got 800 views, and it's just an AI bullshit. I feel like YouTube is gonna try and clamp down on that, but it's gonna end up being one of those, what is it called? Not some sort of warfare where, tit for tat, back and forth. There's a word for it. It's not coming to my mind at the moment. What's up, Jim Cox? What was I advertising? Oh, you got a license for that cross of St. Bloody George? It's good too, because the flag is just the red cross. So people have been painting it onto everything. I saw a funny meme of, a woman couldn't get rid of her couch. So she just painted the red cross on it. And because the couch was white, put it outside, and the council came and took it away straight. It was funny. Citizen Rome says, as long as YouTube gets the ad revenue, I don't think they care. No, I think they do, because the push for a long time now has been for quality views, because that's quality advertising. Like, if it's just bots watching AI, no one's making any money. No sales are happening. They're trying to get the return on investment up. So I do think they are making and will be making an effort to de-rank that sort of stuff, because it is completely asinine garbage. And it does, like, you're watching good shows, you're watching good history stuff, you're getting on you're going down a rabbit hole, and then it throws that at you, and you're like, Kirk says you can still get the 30-year-old history docs on YouTube. Yeah, back in the before times. But no, seriously, the new stuff is good, well researched, without agenda. And I'm learning so much. I'm kind of interested in ancient humans, as in biologically, and ancient civilization. And there's just a ton of stuff on that happening at the moment. And people are really interested in it. So they're going out and they're like making connections and figuring stuff out. It's dope. Like I said, they were digging, like that Tony Robinson was at a dig site. They were digging up humans in England. And when I say humans, not like you and I humans, like some sort of something else. I don't know. It's Homo whatever. In England 1 million years ago. And they were like tool users and everything. Not just, monkeys or whatever. They were actually, they had sites where they were doing things. I had no idea there were people up there that early, but now I do. Homo elemius. I don't know what that means. Minecraft loves early humans as long as they stay out of his neighborhood, but he's always down for a good Homo erectus. Homo erectus. Oh geez. They lasted, I think, 2 million years or something. That's a long fucking time. That is damn it, I did the wrong thing. That is a long time. And they got everywhere. The out of Africa theory is completely fallen apart. It was dumb to begin with. Yeah, I mean, they want to have something simple. I don't know why. They want to have something simple and easy to understand and linear. And it's just not like that. Every new discovery shows it's just getting older and older, the timeline, and more complicated. People were coming in and out of Africa, people, humans, whatever, for millions of years. It's just been discovered. And that's more than enough time for pocket populations to evolve on their own. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. But I do think the mainstream are, like, what is it? Anthropologists are acknowledge. You can't. I mean, the evidence is overwhelming at this point. Scotland, William Wallace, bagpipes, haggis, and wee lassies with knives and hatchets. That fell apart quickly. My accent. This is a Highland song, Highland song. Rah. What's that? Thank you for the super chat, by the way. I don't know how to say your name. I'll just call you Juan. Yeah, Scotland is literally a corner. Like, don't back the Scots into a corner, because they have evolved in a corner. They live in a corner, and they're like Bane, you know. We were molded by the corner, and it's that's where they are. What's up, Rocky? Been enjoying your shows of late. When I can catch him, everyone go sub to Rocky. Great comic book channel. Mo says his favorite part of Scottish history is when they chickened out of independence on the aye or die vote, and then Brexit happened and they didn't want to leave the EU, but since they voted to stay in the UK, that was interesting. Yeah, well, everything is a bit watered down at the moment. But like, I tweeted out when I saw that girl, I tweeted this: Gen Alpha will be the hard men that bad times create. And I really do think that's going to happen. These kids were, you know, they didn't grow up. They have no concept of the world that we remember when we were kids. And they've got nothing to hope for and nothing to lose. And that is a very, very dangerous combination. A revolutionary combination, one might say. It's going to be a very interesting 25 years, I can tell you that. It's the same in Egyptology. They deny everything except when they have decided to believe. Yeah, exactly. Egyptology is... that's a whole nother kettle of fish. I hope to be chatting about this stuff with Pete tonight. Pete Samedi. I get it. How does Australia have orange hair, Aboriginals, nowhere else in the world? Yeah, they're Aboriginals have the most, I think, or they have a good amount of Denisovans, what is it? Whatever it is, whatever that DNA is. That population broke off, I don't know, 100,000 years ago, maybe more, could be 200,000, a long time. So yeah, you could get blue eyes, blonde, curly hair. It's all in the mix. They're definitely not African. Well, you know, that connection was a long time ago. It will be a strong broccoli crop, says Mo Biggs. It's the Super Bancroft show because his coloring puts us all. Like I said, I'm not Shant. I can't talk and work. It's just not me. So I can talk and I can faff a little bit, but I can't be productive. But you know, I do want to also make it known that I am working. So it's sort of a, you know. Yeah, I think Egypt and the Sahara are probably the most interesting places on Earth right now. South America is another interesting place. Sorry, on land. On land. The most interesting places are all going to be in the ocean. And that's not even up for debate. It's all happening in the ocean. And interestingly enough, that's where all the friggin' UAP stuff is going down as well. So, you know those maps of the ocean you see, and they've got all like the topography and everything. That's all guessing. That's all guesswork. They have not mapped the oceans at all. They have very low resolution sort of imagery of the oceans, and then they just extrapolate a kind of high res whatever from that. Less than 5% of the ocean, and mostly just the shorelines, have been properly mapped. The rest is all guessing. So yeah, and if everything keeps getting older, that's why they don't look, because they thought, oh no, humans have only came out of Africa 60,000 years ago, and that's all been blown out of the water now. Everything goes, now it's like minimum for Homo sapien, minimum 300,000, and that's at a minimum, and it's probably going to be magnitudes older than that. Yeah, there's plenty of time for, you know, actual climate change to have taken place, actual sea level rising, you know, with the ice ages and such, that whole cities were just lost to the ocean. I will not speak about that. I'm talking about land maps, not that kind of map. Alien spacecraft hiding in the ocean. I don't know if it's alien, but there's something in there. Isn't this the plot of the Superman movies? Yeah, it kind of is. It's also the plot of The Lucent, by the way. Do I have my card somewhere? You know what? I could just bring it up. I have the technology. I could just friggin' open it. Where is it? Trading cards. So if you did get the trading cards, where's the back? On the back of the Isham card, you can see here. I should have brought up the actual. Let me bring up the actual friggin' thing with the text on it. Where is it? Where are the back of the cards? Is that it? That's it. So we can read it. I made it just in time for the last 5 minutes. No, I'll be live. I'll be live until I go to work, which is in 35 minutes. Coloring the night away. That's me. It's fine. I'm just not going to read it out, Kirk. You can say whatever you want. I just ain't going to read it. Look at these beautiful cards. I hope you got your card. It says here, Africa. 10,000. Actually, no, now that I think about it, Africa might have been more lush. I shouldn't have said it in the desert. Oh, well, my bad. Yeah, because it would have been a different... I mean, I guess there would have been... surely would have been some desert area in Africa somewhere. I didn't say exactly where it was. I just said Africa because I don't want to pin myself down here. We've got a child here on fire. Let me go a bit like that. Then I'm covering it up. All right, let's not do that. And then it says, our frame, be not afraid, child. And then look, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 men dressed in fish scale robes. These are the, what are they called? Apkula, with their little handbags. Now, in tradition, these are actually said to have been half fish, half men. But in the vein of the Lucent, I don't actually get into half fish, half men. Just actual men. I mean, he has some kind of fish-like headgear on. How was the child on fire? It was due to the Thai fire in South Africa. Aquaman, if you believe. I actually did lots of research on this. So there's the leader. They each have names. And then the leader, I think, has 2 sons. And then there was another father and son duo. And then another one. I think, no, maybe this isn't the son, but there was the eldest. And then they all have their, like, symbology. Why am I zooming in so far? We have crossed the new seas to find you. The new seas. Remember, 10,000 years ago. There's much work to do. The kid is chilling. He doesn't mind being on fire. It's just how he is. But there's, I mean, you can kind of barely make it out here. There's some skeletons hanging around, some charred remains. Quite a lot, actually. He says, I've seen you in my dreams. And he says, we shall make this world a waking dream. He doesn't care. He's like, I'll take your hand. So obviously he has some kind of power. That was on the back of the Isham trading card. But are there centaurs in the Lucent? They aren't. There are no half human, half scorpions, whatever. Half horseman. No. And if there are aliens, it's not. I didn't get into aliens. That was a bridge too far, I felt. For me, at least. I don't think I have anything else left to shadow on this. Or maybe the boxes. The hand is wet. It's like walking on fire. I know the tricks. Yeah, well, he came out of the ocean. So symbolism is the word you're looking for. Have you not watched Boondock Saints? I have not watched Boondock Saints. Boondock Saints. No, I haven't. I especially didn't watch the new one. Do a bit of these, I think. Yep. You haven't seen Boondock Saints? The new one is bad. Don't watch that. I haven't seen a lot. In fact, I would wager I haven't seen most things. Okay, let's get rid of this. Yep, let's get rid of this. Yeah, I didn't even know when that controversy was taking place. I didn't even know what the original was. Looking good. Gotta run. Thank you, 10-8 Comics. The first one is kind of a DVD sales cult classic. It was barely in theaters. Well, there you go. That's probably why I haven't seen it. I'd wager. I'm not really one to go out of my way to watch things. I don't have a DVD player. I don't have a Blu-ray player. I have DVDs and Blu-rays. I don't have any way to play them. Oh, actually, no, I lie. We've got the friggin' PlayStation now, so I can watch stuff. Forgot about that. I'm pretty sure you can watch DVDs. Can you watch Blu-rays on a PlayStation? It's a PlayStation 4. If so, I could watch Hail Salad in Blu-ray, which I never thought I'd be able to do. Both are worth a watch. They'll teach you about symbology and symbolism. I am into symbolism. Oh, right. It's a different thing. Okay, yeah, I wasn't even aware of it. Jay says, talking about different cartoon. Yeah, all right. Okay. Boondock Saints. All right, I'll watch that. Maybe if I can find it. If I can find it. I'm not going to say I'm going to watch. Yes, you can watch Blu-ray on PS4. Oh, cool. I had no idea. Hey, Jay. Check it out. Looky. That's Jay's art right there. That's Jay's beautiful Ella. Up there above Damon. I'm mixing two things together. That's me. One is about the Irish Killers. The other is about a Black Kids cartoon. That's what I thought you were talking about. That's why I was a bit confused about symbolism. I was like, okay, I don't know. All right. How do I get back? Boondock Saints are about Jay's heritage. There you go. A little bit here. A little right here. Keep my eye on the time. I like seeing my art places. I hand cut that, Jay. I hope you appreciate that. And I made sure, because I couldn't fit it all on one piece of paper, I made sure to cut it. I cut it across the bottom of the hoodie, so you can't see the join. Spared no expense. Jay is the only adult in the room, says Jolly. Sounds right. Actually, I think a bit up here is in order. Oh. Good. Jay will fight and put us all in timeout. Well, then it's probably just your own damn fault. All right, let's do some friggin' highlights here. Let's get busy. I got 20 minutes. Do something somewhat productive. Let's see. Okay, it hasn't even done the thing. Good. All right. Justice for K-pop. Always. Overlay. I'm sure Phil isn't listening anymore. I probably bored him. I probably did bore him. Bored him with my ignorance. It's funny when people figure out that I don't know things. And then they're like, Bancroft doesn't even know this stuff. Where have you been? How do you not know that I don't know things? You know? I hardly know anything. Bancroft doesn't watch black people cartoons. That's true. That is true. Forgive me. I have a limited interest there. In my defense, I hardly watch any cartoons at all. I don't watch South Park anymore. I mean, obviously, I don't watch Simpsons. Everyone's talking about King of the Hill. I haven't watched that. It's because my limited TV time is with Mel, and she ain't gonna watch any of that. And plus, I probably wouldn't watch it anyway. Truth be told. Us not knowing that you don't know things is symbolic. That is deep. That is deep, Rocky. That is far too deep for Friday morning. I have to think about that. That's like that quote from from Lord of the Rings. You know where Bilbo says, "I know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like half as well as you deserve." And I always interpret that as him insulting them, but that's actually a nice thing to say. I thought he was just being really like doing a clever way to insult them, but no, he's actually saying I should know more of you better, and I'm sad that I don't. I had to like stop and figure that out. I had to break it down into its constituent parts. He was a pretty good writer, that Tolkien fella. I think he knew what he was doing. Morning, Beecroft, says Colonel Zaid. What's up, my friend? Great to see you. It's Thursday afternoon, says Sumo. Well, is it? Is it really? It's debatable. My thing says 9:09 a.m. Friday. So, yeah. Take that. It's layered like a 7-layer dip with a secret 8th layer. It is a bit. It kind of made me like Bilbo a lot more. I thought, up until then, I just thought he was a bit of a cheeky fella, But like a lot of older men, they get kind of, sentimental in their old age. I know my dad is. My dad was never sentimental. Now he cries over everything. I was wondering, why is it not showing up on this? Because I haven't selected it. That's why. Bancroft enjoys Hobbit cheeks. Obviously, I missed Mo's departure. I apologize in advance. How to Mo. And I see that I always notice when Mo isn't here, when Sumo picks up the gay insult slack. Which is much appreciated. You're gonna have a fun time on tomorrow's show, Sumo, if you're there for that. When we tried the gay time slab. It's not even on our skin. What is going on? Not Valley says, I turned 30 yesterday, but I feel 50. They say it's all about the man you feel. I'm feeling younger again as well. Losing all this weight. I'm like, I haven't weighed this since way before Victoria was born. Like, this is what I weighed 3 houses ago. I remember weighing myself and going, ooh, packing on the pounds. Now I'm back. It's like being in a time machine. Happy birthday, Not Valley. 30. Man, I remember being 30. Good times. I was a professional poker player when I was 30 years old. I went by the online moniker Shuffleopagus. And I had a little elephant in my keyring. That was my name, Shuffleopagus. All my poker friends called me Shuff or Shuffle. That was a thing. That was a real thing that happened in my life. To be 30 again. You know, if I was 30 again, I would have more kids. Although having kids isn't super easy, you know. It's not just a matter of saying, let's just have kids. They don't just come out, you know, nowhere. You got to get it done. The modern world is poisoning our testes. I'm a gambler too. I trade futures. I was my old boss was big into the stock market, and I was telling him, dude, poker is exactly like stocks. Exactly. It's all about equity, expected value, you know, having enough capital to ride downswings and whatever. It's that. Getting, you know, finding the good games. It's all the same. I am not still a professional poker player. No, I gave that up in, I don't know what exactly. I gave it up and then I sort of went back to it when I needed, you know. And I was still doing it when I started the Lucent. But it's very time consuming because you can't just, it's not just about playing. You've got to study. You've got to work on it. It's not just time at the table. It's there's a lot that goes into it. You got to be sharp, you know. You got to be in the right mind frame. So, you know, you think even if you only play, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours a night or whatever it is, there's a lot more that goes into it. And a lot of people play a lot more than that too. True gamblers pull out. Risk, reward, and probability. Yeah. And all the winning players, you know, they know about variance, they know, you know, long-term thinking, short-term variance, you know, they understand all that. And all the losing players don't. And that's why you can still win. That's why there's still a game. Even after, like, you can go onto YouTube. It wasn't like this when I started, but you can go onto YouTube now and you can find like a lesson on how to do virtually and how to win, like in any poker game almost. But people don't do that because they just want to gamble, you know, and that's why there's still games. That's why it still works. Because it's hard work. And you also have to be kind of smart. And also, for me, why I didn't really see myself going that far with it, because it's also about having the balls. And I don't know if I have it in me to be, you know, I got up to the point where I could lose 2,000 to 3,000 a day and it not bother me. But there's people who are losing 10, 20, 30,000 in a session. And I was just like, I don't know if I have that in me. Except you can't lie your way to profit. You go to jail for that in the stock market. Oh yeah, the bluffing. That is true. That's what that, yeah. It's not exactly the same, but you know, similar-ish. Were you poker buddies with Big Bid? No, I don't know who that is. I was buddies with a lot of pretty decent big time Aussie poker players, but you know, not many. I did meet who's the guy who yells a lot at everyone and like gets angry at the like makes fun of them at the table. Tony. Anyway, I met him a couple of times. That's probably like the most famous poker player I actually met and spoke to. Maybe. Please don't relapse, Bancroft. Gamblers Anonymous is still there. I don't gamble. I play poker. I don't play table games. Like that's where a lot of my friends would. That's where they would come unstuck. They were better than me at poker. They were really good. Like I'm talking guys who could win almost 6 figures in a night, but then they would go and blow it on table games. I was just like, I just don't understand, you know. But I guess they were so good, they just always felt like they could win it back. But eventually they ended up all getting jobs because they were just gamblers. I don't gamble like that. If you lose 2,000 to 3,000 a day, Mel will bother you. No, I mean, I say lose, I just mean you lose that day, not you're losing overall. Like you have a bankroll, you know, so you have an expected win-loss amount, you know. You don't just win. You win and you lose, and you win and you lose, and the aim is to win more than you lose. So gradually over time it goes up, and that's my poker career. I've always been a winning player, but the higher stakes you go, the bigger those wins and losses are. That's it. Like you start playing small games, you know, you're going to win or lose a couple $100, and then, you know, if you want to win actual money, you got to put actual money on the line. But any winning player understands if you get it in and you're 70% to win, just say you put $1,000 in and you're 70%, that's the odds. Whether you win or lose, you won that 70% long term. And I don't know, 95% of people don't understand that. So that's why you can still win. Bancroft's game of choice is Go Fish. And that's why I don't play table games. That's why I don't play blackjack. That's why I don't play whatever, because your chance of winning on those games is never over 50%. The casino would not set up a game where your chance of winning is over the house. That's not a thing. So in the long run, even if you win short term, you're still losing, because if you put $1,000 on a blackjack hand and you are, you know, even if you're like 40-something% to win, you're still losing a small amount of money, even if you win. You can count cards, yes, that'll get you up to 51, 52, but then you won't be around very long. They can spot that very quickly. And again, some of my buddies are banned from the casino floor for that. Old buddies. No, I don't have these friends anymore. Casinos don't like it when you take their money. That's just how it is. That's why poker works, because you're taking other people's money, and the casino takes its cut, like a fee. That's the rake. So they make money no matter what you do. Look at me getting productive here. What diggity damn. can't wait for people to read this book. I really do think it is. I want to hear what people think about the writing, because I really feel like I've stepped it up, you know? It's what I really wanted, and this is funny because I just heard Pear talking about this on I think it was Lord Raptor Jesus' show. How he wants to get into sort of like psychological writing, like the human psychology and stuff. And I was like, that's exactly what I was doing at that time. You know, a lot of what's driving what's being said in this story is the psychology, character psychology. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like, you add in a lot of cool metaphors, and you refer back to it and everything. I do love writing. It's looking really good, says Kirk. Thank you. Yeah, and as well, like, Rod did crush the art. I'm still waiting on a page, but it's like one of those pages. Poor Rod. It's the same. It's like a Paris shot, you know, buildings and buildings and buildings. So I have to be patient. Poor Rod. He's working hard. He got a Ripper cover, by the way. If anyone missed that, it's on the was it the Horseman, or I can't remember, one of those books, some variant. What's up, Yang? Another great channel over there. Everyone make sure you're subbed to Yang's channel. Keep my eye on the time. I will have to. I was hoping to get it all done, but I probably won't get it done. Maybe if I'm really fast. What's up, Marcus? Great to see Marcus in the chat as always. You can go check him out over on the Don's channel. They stream a lot. You guys are active. Eric Nienaltowski is shipping with Rippercent as well. I saw that. Yeah, what did Death Shroud get? Because I remember Death Shroud, when he was trying to do it by himself, it never really took off. I don't think it did poorly, but it didn't really do well. And the guy just, like, he didn't really want to go on shows either, so it was like, you know, it was kind of a thing. But I think he did like 50 grand through Rippersend. I get the feeling like it's going to be, because, you know, they say you have to have your book finished beforehand. I feel like, and that's what it looks like Eric's doing as well. He's going to do like a collected edition of Shadow Sentry, which is a friggin' amazing looking book. Eric is incredible artist. Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. I don't know if it's new stuff. I don't know, actually. I saw it. It's probably not paying as much attention as I should. Death Shroud is at 56,000. Yeah, I mean, that's huge. Yeah, compared to what he was on by himself. You know, I always thought like that book, you know, in crowdfunding, probably if I had more eyeballs on it, would probably do a lot better. It looks like it has. Does anyone know the Ripperverse cut? Like what you pay, you know, for that? Does anyone know what the deal is? Is that public, or is that you gotta, you know, be in contact to find that out? Because I'd be interested to hear what the deal is. Not for me, but just, like it's becoming more and more obvious that it's just this whole YouTube promotion thing is not for everyone. People don't have the personality, they don't have the time, they don't have the temperament. It can sometimes hurt as much as help. Oh my god, I got it done. That's the shadows and the highlights. The masks anyway, sorted. YouTube is a rough game. Yeah, and you constantly it's a struggle. It is a struggle. Luckily I enjoy it, so but I'm not like crushing the game or anything, clearly. And it's better than handling the shipping and printing yourself. Yeah, you got to pay either way. If you don't want to do that or you can't do it, and like anything above 1,000 backers it's a big deal. Like you're pretty much taking over your house at that point. And I've done that because I had 1,000 backers on 2 campaigns, and it was, yeah. Now Roquefort does work well consistently, but he is Roquefort. That's the thing. You cannot be Roquefort. That's the problem. We want to be, but we can't. Yeah, like Critical Blast will help you out. But either way, you're paying. So I think it's tailored. Yeah, makes sense. International too, especially now. We can't ship to the US currently for the foreseeable future. I mean, this is a big deal and it's global. So, I'm thinking Australia Post that's a big portion of their business. So I'm thinking they're going to be working day and night for many months to get that set up. To open that back up. It is going to cost me a little bit more. It'll be like a 10% tariff, but that's not like, world ending. It's not good, obviously. It's not world ending, but it is what it is. I understand, like Trump wanted to fight back against sites like Temu and whatever. So I understand completely. It is what it is. Yeah, Critical Blast. I mean, if it comes to that, I'm just going to have to go through Critical Blast. And that's fine, They have to do what we have to do. All right. I think I've got to go. That's it. I got to go to work. Thank you very much for being here. We will be closing this out tomorrow night. Do a bit of a hangout party stream. It'll be after Phil Diaz's show. So I do hope you can make it. I'm going to try and make that last final push to get to 15,000. Unlock those spot gloss covers. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful night. I will also be on Pizza Medis later at 9 p.m. Eastern. So, yeah, might see you there. Bye.
Perth made an Australian video, and I wasn't even in it.
Emotional damage.